I hit the button.
I did as well.
I gotta adjust all my shit again.
Hopefully close to the same time.
That's the idea, right? That we're supposed to hit it, like, together?
Sometimes I don't hit it until after the podcast is over. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 94 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is TheRealPortz, and EvilSpaceBunny is here.
Mm-hmm. I'm here. I was trying not to burp, but yeah, I'm here.
Did you succeed, or did I just not hear it?
I don't know. The users might hear it, or users, listeners,
the users,
Jesus.
the users of the podcast,
the users of the podcast who consume
press use
this
now on the podcast.
Yeah. Press use now, so you download the content directly into your brain. I'm still in, I guess, work mode, unfortunately, which is really bad. That's bad.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's why I said
how's your brain in
users
work mode?
instead of
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, right. Duh. I don't have a brain, so
I don't ever have
it's gonna
a
be a
brain
good
either.
podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be the best podcast. This is gonna be the no-brainer podcast.
You know how sometimes you see people that are successful and you're like, how? When you look at us, you're like, nope, that makes sense.
That's very true. I definitely do feel that way. A lot. 99% of the time.
We're doing our best in video games too.
It's true.
If you topped any leaderboard, when was the last time you topped a leaderboard in a video game?
Oh,
Diablo 3 or something?
Yeah, when I was doing Diablo 3, like fucking super runs and shit like that, I was in like the top, top like 200. I can't remember. I
was in the top of the 5 people I knew who bought devil daggers for about a night and a half.
I fucking love that game. Shit.
It's good. Yeah.
Now I wanna look. And now I want to play it. Fuck. Every time I play that game, I get like really far, and then I never beat my PB, and then it just slowly turns into a downhill spiral because then I start getting angry, and then I do worse at the video game. That's one of the few video games where no matter how much I slam my head against it, I don't get better. I just get worse. It
is very difficult to fight past the tilt.
Yeah. In that game, yeah, for sure. Speaking of tilt, what did you play this week?
I didn't tilt on anything. Except Dota.
Are you sure about that?
Literally today.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, we just lost a very long game. But, you know, it happens all the time. It's nothing new. I don't think anything else tilted me. Although, something was fun. Fabian and I started Divinity Original Sin 2 finally.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But our weekend was busier than we expected, so we played like 3 hours, maybe three and a half.
That's not too bad. Still.
Yeah. Wow. When you're used to playing 12 hours every Saturday, I mean.
Your whole fucking day just spent playing video games. That must
be
nice.
It's glorious. It's fantastic.
You guys order
take a little break to watch a little Wicker Man. It's just goddamn awesome.
Sounds like a good day.
It's pretty similar to the first game. Yeah, it's very similar. But there's like these origin stories. Have you played it? I can't remember.
Absolutely.
Get that fucking caffeine in your body.
I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really fucking tired for once. Normally, this is like...
God damn. I was like searching for some footing and talking about that game, and I just hear I'm like, I have lost her.
I'm so sorry. I'm like dead. I'm fucking dead. I don't know what it is. Normally this is like when I can't sleep time and I regret my decisions in
Your
the
body's
day.
like, look, we're ready. What the fuck?
Yeah, like I was ready like an hour ago, like at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to stay awake another like 2 hours, and I have to finish working, and I have to deal with needy customers. Fuck me. Yep, sorry. I have
Let me just
not
quit my
played.
job so that we can just do it whenever.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We could both quit our jobs, and we could play video games for 12 hours every day.
That's true, and make a shitload of money doing it. That's how streaming works.
That's exactly how streaming
Why don't
works.
people just do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have Twitch take 50% of my money?
Maybe they'll actually change it. A lot of people are starting to fucking
I know, I've
shake
seen
the bushes.
So many.
So many people shaking those bushes. Anyway, so Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yes. Not a whole lot to say about it. They have like, I don't know. There's a couple. So first of all, the things that have changed are it's a 4-player game now instead of a 2-player game, multiplayer wise. But we're just doing the 2-player because it's our little date game.
Aww.
And they have like 4 pre-made characters that have their own voices, and they're like they've written backstories and stuff that I think factor into the game. And also, I'm having an enormous amount of trouble like figuring out what elements from the first game they've kept in this game, because I know it's like a soft reboot of the lore, but like I don't really know where the soft comes into play. Like I don't know. I mean, obviously, Source is still a thing, but did any of that happen? I don't know. So we'll figure it out as we go along, I guess.
Yeah. I just looked. I actually own this game. So if you want a third wheeler.
You want to join 4 hours in?
Yeah. I'll be like, what the fuck is happening? What do I do?
Like,
I'm lost.
we'll
Please
explain
hold
it
my
to
hand.
you. It's actually going to ironically take longer for us to explain it than it would be to just start over.
Fuck. Then I'd be doomed.
It was funny because we went to play the game and then we realized Fabian did not have the game. So we had to buy it real quick. Whoops.
Whoopsie doodle.
Whoopsie doodle.
Oh well. At least you guys got it.
Yeah. I think is that the only game I played this week? I played a little bit more KOTOR 2.
Oh, nice.
And I don't think I'll ever play that game without cheating. Because once you get to a certain point, it is just a non-stop dick barrage of enemies trying to murder you. And it's not tactical or fun. It's just like, hey, did you buy enough stim packs? Yes or no?
Yes, no, maybe so.
The answer for me is no.
Oh, no.
So I just cheated and gave myself stim packs. But it's like, God, they really just make it annoying. They clearly, even with the restoration mod, just ran out of ideas at the end, man. They're just like, I don't know. What if there's a lot more enemies? It's like, okay, cool. You couldn't make new ones or interesting ones? No? Got it. Then I'm not going to not cheat.
Yeah. I
Seems
guess
like a
that's
fair trade-off.
Yeah, that's okay. I was just going to say that seems like a legit reason to cheat. I usually try to avoid it, so like, I don't know, maybe that's just me.
I mean, I've played the game a billion times, and I've cheated every time because it just, like, I love the story enough, but the gameplay is just not, especially now, it's just not good.
Yeah.
It's just kind of clunky and bad. So it's like, what am I enjoying? Fucking min-maxing and shit? No, I'm not.
Absolutely never.
Yeah. But, yeah whatever.
Well,
Doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Any game that I have to min-max, it just becomes... I usually put it to the side, and then I kind of forget about it forever and ever. Somebody in my Discord sent me a fucking meme. I meant to send it to you. Hang on.
Okay. Hanging on.
It was... I
getting
felt
slippery.
personally attacked.
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm going to fall into the canyon.
God damn it, look!
Ah!
You're falling off the wagon into the canyon, and I'm falling asleep.
Falling
It's a
off
falling
the wagon.
episode. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. But yeah, somebody in my chat sent this to me, and they're like, "Here, it's you," and I'm like, "Fuck, I feel so attacked."
Yeah, all the unfinished games, but you get
Yep.
a new one, and it feels great.
Yep, it doesn't matter. They're gonna all be friends and hang out. But yeah.
Yep, they're all the same once they go into your backlog.
Oh god. Oh god.
Your backlog.
Okay.
Remember when we beat games? Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I did beat a game
And
this week.
that's gonna be like even worse for me because I'm getting back into RuneScape. I told you about that.
Yeah, you did.
Iron Man's gonna come out, or what group
no.
Iron Man?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a group of 5 people. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna no life that fucking thing. I've been waiting to play Iron Man for so long. I mean, I had an Iron Man account, but then I was like, Group Iron's gonna come out eventually, and I put it off for 2 years. So.
And now it's happening.
It's finally time. Yeah.
It's finally time. I'm proud of you, I guess.
Damn, can't even give me the fake proud of you. All right.
I am. You know I'm fucking with you. That's why I buy you all that RuneScape merch.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway,
What'd you
okay,
play, motherfucker?
I finally played, or I finished, rather, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. It's that weird 90s point and click. There's a good ending and there's a bad ending. I got the bad ending and I fucked up and I accidentally saved over my files, so even if I wanted to go back, I would have to replay through the entire game to get the good ending. So I'm really upsetty spaghetti.
Did you at least look at what it was?
No, I didn't go look at it because I wanted to fucking figure it out. But, like, yeah, I got the bad ending, and I was, like, really upset, and I was, like, yelling on stream.
Damn. Did you know there was going to be multiple endings before you, like, beat it?
I knew there was multiple endings. I didn't know what they were, and I had to look up because towards the end, spoilers, I guess, for, like, a 20-million-year-old game, you have to kill off some of the characters.
Oh. For a good ending?
Yeah.
Wow.
And only, so at the end, if you do it correctly, 1 to 2
They're breaking
characters.
trends that hadn't even been set yet.
Yeah, 1 to 2 characters. So, like, I was so frustrated, and, like, I wasn't understanding what was happening. I'm like, oh, my characters are dying. I'm like, well, I was like, so I finally, like, and I ended stream that time, and then I looked it up. It was like, yeah, your characters have to die. And I'm like, no, I don't want them to die. I want everyone to live. It was very, it was very upsetting. So
Okay.
then I switched to this new game. Well, I guess it's newer. I don't know. It's called Eldest Souls. Yeah, it only came out like at the end of last month.
Sounds familiar.
It is, I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't you mean Elder Scrolls? And I'm like, does this look like fucking Elder Scrolls to you? First of all, it's like...
they're trolling. Yeah, okay, I scrolled past this, but I thought it was a Souls-like, and I was like, goodbye.
It is a Souls-like. It's a Souls-like boss rush. So there's not a whole lot in between... the boss fights. There's like some little things that you have to deal with, and you're most likely gonna die to them instantly because there's like insta deaths and just gibs and shit like that. And there's a bunch of interesting little characters along the way. The artwork is really good. The music is not my usual jam, but I really, really like it when it comes to the actual fights. And listening to it, it doesn't get old, it doesn't get repetitive or anything like that, and each boss has their own music. And it is fucking hard. It is hard. It is hard. It is just fucking hard. Yeah, it's a true Souls-like game, and like sometimes you wonder why you even have a fucking hit bar, because like the boss hits you and you're just fucking like...
Wait, this doesn't have a difficulty slider? That's so fucking problematic.
Absolutely no difficulty slider. And you're slower than most of the enemies in the game and most of the bosses, and you have to use this charge. Like, you have a normal attack, but it does like 2 to 5 damage if you're lucky, and you have to charge, and the charge takes time, so you have to like plan your attacks, and sometimes you charge into your fucking death, and it's just like watching a train wreck. And they're like, why did you do that? I'm like, because I was charging and I can't fucking stop it once it starts. And it's like a second and a half, and you just literally charge into your own fucking death, and then you just scream and you cry and stuff. But I have beaten all of the bosses except for one. There was just one boss where I just fucking kept... The nice thing about this, I will say, is most of the bosses you can avoid. Like, you have to do the first boss and the second boss, and then there's like 3 bosses that you... or 2 different bosses that you could do, and then it goes to like 4 different bosses that you could do. And then so like there was one boss that just kept...
So you don't have to do all of them, or you can do them in any order you want?
You can do them in any order.
Okay.
And so like you get these choices between the bosses, so it makes some fights a little easier. So like I was having a hard time on this one boss. I was like, fuck this. So I gave up just to see what would happen, and it puts me back at my save point. I'm like, cool. So I went the other way, and I found another boss. And then I beat him rather quickly, and it gave me skill points. And I'm like, oh, this will help me against the next boss. So that's what I did. And so, like, there was this fucking fake boss. I don't know how to describe it. So you go and you fight this Wendigo deer boss. And you're like, once you finally kill him, because, like, it was really hard at first. And you kill him, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Okay, he's dead. And then it spawns another boss. So you have like 2 different bosses within that fight. And each boss has different phases. So like most of the bosses have 2 to 3 phases. And so that fight has 4 phases. And it's just like, fuck me. So you fight the deer boss, and like after you defeat the deer boss the first time and the second boss spawns immediately, like the next time you fight the deer boss, it's a lot easier. His HP is like almost halved or something stupid like that. And yeah, I don't know. It's really fucking hard. And so on Sunday when I streamed it, after stream I've been doing this thing where I draw people in paint for my subs. And so, like, I was trying to draw people, but my hands were hurting so hard from holding the control, just like gripping the controller for like 5 hours. I was trying to draw. And, like, I'm okay at drawing in paint. I'm not the best drawer, so it, like, but, like, it made it 10 times even harder because my hand was, like, so shaky and sore from just, like, death.
So you probably were drawn like me.
Look, we're not all Miss Fabian and her amazing artwork, okay? But I can do some stupid doodles and people like them. But yeah, it's really, really good. I think I'm close to the end. It's not a long Souls. And somebody who told me to get this game, they're like, oh yeah, it's like 3 to 4 hours or something like that from what I read. And I'm like,
okay.
3 to 4 hours for a Souls-like game? And I'm like, that seems a little weak sauce. No, I'm fucking 10 to like 11 hours into this because I've just been dying over and over again. So that's where...
Wow. So it's like 3 to 4 hours if you know
what the
all
fuck
the
you're
bosses
doing.
already. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, if you know what the fuck you're doing. I've enjoyed it a lot. I started looking more into the developer after this, just so I could see if there's anything else like this. So, but yeah, there's something coming out, I think, later this year called like Tales of Iron by them. It's like rats, and it's an RPG. So I don't know. I need another Souls like this, because there was moments where it reminded me of The Messenger, but you're like a slow ass motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not your cup of tea.
No, I am not interested in this game whatsoever. Any questions I had, any interest I feigned, was for the people.
Yeah, there you go. You can maybe you might like the music if you like boss fight music, and it's definitely got that. It's pretty good.
Boss fight music can be good, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm more of a town music kind of guy, but yeah.
Okay. Time. Anyway, you ready for the news?
I am ready for some news.
You ready?
Absolutely. You know what I'm excited about? This is the first time we've recorded the podcast in 3 months that I didn't have to have my AC unit on.
Oh, wow. I think ever since we moved into this place, we've had AC going almost nonstop.
Is it right next to you, though?
I guess that's true. It's not right next to me. It's above me.
So there's going to be like a little hum that's missing from this podcast episode that people are going to be like, wait a minute, something feels off. It even feels off to me because it's going all fucking day. And I can hear it through my microphone because I have like the mic monitoring shit through my ears so I can like hear it. And it's, I'm very glad to not have that shit right now.
Yeah, one of our listeners, they're like, I finally caught up and listened to every episode, and I listened to it right before going to bed. I'm like, how the fuck do you listen to us screaming about stuff?
That is wild.
Yeah.
Well, good night, prince or princess.
Good night, normal person. Okay, so news time.
Okay.
So.
Fine, force it on me, why don't you?
Oh. I'm sorry. Do you need me to watch that video?
You asked me before if I was okay with that. I said yes. I did not reconsent to news in this minute.
God damn it.
No, what's the news? What is it?
Okay, so hopefully by the end of this week, this Friday, it's been 1 year since Apple versus Epic started. Since that whole shindig. And with that being said, a lot more stuff has come out against it. Epic intended to sue Google at the same time, but they decided to work on their differences outside of the courts. And eventually they did reject this deal that they were going to do with Google. But because of this and all this stuff being brought up in the courts, some more stuff just came out. And Google actually considered buying Epic outright to avoid this issue altogether. And Tim Sweeney only learned about this recently. He posted about it on Twitter a few days ago, talking about it, saying how he had no idea. He had just gotten the documentation because it had been in protection for Google's favor. And he wasn't sure if it was going to be like negotiation and they were going to settle on a price, or if Google was going to attempt a hostile takeover of their company. And like I said, Google and Epic were working on a deal, but Epic rejected it and instead opted to have the Android version. So the Android version isn't on the market either, but you can still download it. And you could download it either through Samsung's, like, their shit, or you can download it directly from the Epic website on your phone. It's really stupid. Anyway, it's just so interesting that Google thought about buying this huge company that does video games.
What's the hostile takeover situation? I thought Tim Sweeney had controlling shares.
Tim Sweeney does have controlling shares. However, if Google buys up the rest of the shares and becomes like a huge shareholder, they actually start to have some control of the company and what they say. And if they continue to buy shares from like other shareholders and be like, hey, we'll buy this above asking price, and the people are most likely going to go, fuck yeah, give me that extra shit money. And then Google would have more and more shares, and then they eventually get to be on the board of directors, and then it would be a long process, but yeah, it's totally doable. Tim Sweeney does own majority of the shares, but like if he loses control,
he's like, they were coming for me in my house. I was getting my pajamas on, and there's like a Google executive looking at my shares, dude, through the window. Jesus Christ. I put my shares under my kid's pillow when they go to bed, and Google was like looking for them, tearing up their room and shit.
Could you imagine? It's like have them locked away, or like give them kisses goodnight. Be like, goodnight, shares. I love you. Tuck them into their little folders and put them in your safe.
I don't know.
It'd be kind of fucking adorable. Anyway, so could you imagine?
That might as well be how it works to me. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you get to, every time you buy a stock, you get a little certification saying you own this much of the company. And then you get to kiss it, and you get to pet it, and you talk to it every day and be like, I'm glad you're making me dividends or whatever.
When they hand you your shares, you have to mark it so you can tell it different from the other shares in the nursery.
You have to change your Facebook status to saying I'm in this person's share folder, like I'm in this person's portfolio. And then if you decide to sell your shares, it turns into complicated or whatever. Anyway, enough with that. But my biggest thing is, imagine if Google, because we know how successful Google's video game branch has been doing.
Name anyone that doesn't use Stadia. Try. Can't find them.
Exactly. So it would have been interesting to see what Google would have done with Epic if they had like negotiated a deal, or if this hostile takeover eventually happened. Like, how fast do you think they would, how much faster do you think Google would have ran Epic into the ground compared to Epic doing it already on its own?
I don't really know. I honestly don't know. Google's a weird company. They're obviously doing something, but it feels like every project they have, they don't, like, turns into nothing. So it's like, I don't really know. I guess is that what happens when you get too big? Like, Amazon has this $1 billion fucking games division that doesn't need to make money because it's like the whole thing just floats itself because it's too big.
Yeah, it's like Valve. They got that Valve.
It's too big to fail. Actually, a real term now, because it used to be a joke, right? But now it's just is what it is.
I think so, for some of these corporations that are trying to branch into the video game industry, and I don't blame more and more people trying to stick their hands in the video game industry, and we'll kind of go into that a little bit later too. But
it is a bit of a risky business.
It is a very risky business. However, I think if you have like Google money or Valve money or Amazon money to fall back on, like, it doesn't matter, because you constantly have this like concurrent revenue that's always going to be there no matter how much you spend.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
It's like spoiled kids never turn out with good character, you know, like, because they don't have to give a fuck about their games. Like, honestly, the Dota 2 pro scene is a good example. Valve does not have to give a fuck, and it could die tomorrow, and they're like, yeah, we'll just do other things. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, we have Steam.
It just so happens Gabe likes Dota, so maybe he'll keep it alive long enough to outlive him or something. But as far as making it amazing, like, I don't know, they could be doing so much more shit.
They could. They honestly
squandering.
Could. Oh. Yeah, a little bit of squandering, and
a bit. Like, it's not like, maybe squander's too harsh, but they're like, there's a lot of opportunity to make things awesome that aren't necessarily, I mean, it would drive profit, but it's like they're on rich guy food stamps, basically. Like, they don't have to, they're like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Money's fake.
It's like, oh yeah, I already got like 6 yachts. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
you know.
We could put another 0 right there. Why would we do that? I don't know. Okay, it doesn't matter.
It's fine. It's like, I'm sure that's what like Jeff Bezos was saying to like Andy. What's his last name? I can't think of his name. The guy who runs Amazon Gaming, and he's like, and the guy would be like, yeah, I need like another $500,000 this year, and Jeff Bezos is just like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Same with
like,
like
"That's
Twitch.
That's okay.
With like Twitch, like obviously he didn't give a shit about any of that stuff, and now he's too busy trying to get to the fucking moon. Anyway,
It's like all these companies are run by Lucille Bluth. Like, how much could a banana cost, Michael? $20.
$20. I'll have a backup. Or wait, shit. What did she say? There's like one thing. It's like I'll have this in the morning, and Michael's all like, "It's morning," and she's like, "And a piece of toast." Fuck. It's literally my favorite thing. Just constantly being drunk. Anyway, yeah. Google almost tried to buy Epic, and
Yeah.
it's kind of
as much as I don't like Epic, I am more in favor of them staying independent.
Yeah, I definitely am too. I'm glad that Google didn't attempt to do that. So, here's something that I'm kind of excited about, and the only reason why I brought it up is because, like we said, more people adventuring into video game development. So South Park is making another video game. And before...
Is this part of their $900 million contract?
Probably. Well, probably not, actually. Because Ubisoft did The Fractured Butthole and Stick of Truth for them. And I loved both of those games. Did you ever play either of those?
The first one's amazing. I did not play the second one.
Yeah. It's not as good as Stick of Truth, I don't think, but I still think they're really good.
I got that feeling. And also, it's like hard to recapture the magic. Part of what made that game so amazing is no one expected it.
Nobody.
It's like, holy shit.
It was so stupid and so fucking good. And I hate turn-based games, but like, I guess I can compare it to West of Loathing, where it was just so stupid and so fucking ridiculous what was happening.
So absurd.
That it didn't matter. It didn't fucking matter because you wanted to see.
The person I was dating when that game came out could not stand the fetuses in that game. It was like a point of contention. I was like, it's South Park. What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do? It's just little cardboard cutouts. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
cute.
a cartoon. It's for kids. What are you doing?
But the thing that's gonna be different about this game is, one, they already mentioned that it's gonna be 3D. So it might be like that shitty, I think it was
Family Guy. God.
Yeah, Nintendo 64. There was like a Nintendo 64 Cartman game that was really bad, but I played it anyway. I love South Park. It's one of my favorite shows. I don't watch it all the time, but it's still up there for me. Just because it's so fucked.
It's too real recently. It's too like,
real. I haven't.
You don't even have
to
stretch far enough to go bonkers.
Because reality is fucked.
Where it's like, honestly, maybe this is their fault. We just turned life into a fucking South Park episode.
Oh, it's true. It's true. But yeah, they're gonna bring this game in house, and they're gonna do it all in house, according to.
Is that better than having Obsidian do it?
I don't know. It could be hit or miss, because, like, one, they'll have full control over everything. Two, they'll be able to do it. But also, it could be a fucking disaster because they've never done a video game before.
Right.
And they have that South Park money.
Yes, they do.
So, I guess we're learning everything is too big to fail right now.
Yeah. You heard about that contract, right? They got renewed for 6 seasons and like 12 movies or something for $900 million.
12 movies? Jesus.
It's absurd.
That's insane.
Also, who wants, like, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. That whole situation, like, why would anyone be like, yeah, for sure I want to do this for 6 more years? Like, there's no way I would feel that way. But I mean, for $900 million, I guess I would do it. You know,
yeah,
I would do some stuff. You know,
I would do.
Anyone needs
sure.
someone killed, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
right.
saying I would do it, but we should talk.
We should talk. Definitely. Okay. Back for Blood. Have you picked this up yet? Did you try to get a beta
It's
code?
on the pass. It's on the
Okay.
Game Pass.
Okay.
You know, it's not, I think that it's going to be very hard,
Okay.
personally, to recapture the Left 4 Dead magic.
Okay.
That's my personal feeling on the matter.
Okay. So I wanted to bring this up because there's been a lot of talk about this, but nobody's really reporting on this. So I had to dig all over the fucking place for this. So over 100K players this weekend alone on Steam. A lot of people are getting... So the people I followed on Twitch and I watched play, because I didn't actually get to play it this weekend.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I went out instead of playing video games.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Look, I gotta get out every once in a while. It's like every couple.
Every now
weeks.
and then. Otherwise, you know,
I
people
lose
start
my
to
shit.
wonder.
I
They're
lose
like,
my
you
shit.
know, I heard about the girl that lived there. Some people say she's still in the basement playing games.
It's true. It's true. But a lot of people that I watched on Twitch said it kind of was like Left 4 Dead 3 for them. They felt like their old selves again, getting the boys or the girls
No, this is a fleeting feeling.
together. Yeah. So a lot of also people complained that this game was too easy. They also complained that the price was too high because it wasn't polished enough considering to be considered a $60 game.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm a bit biased. I played the ever-living shit out of Left 4 Dead 1 with my boys. And unfortunately, they all got married and had children, and now I never see them anymore, and I'm still here playing video games.
Those idiots living an
in the
unfulfilled life.
But so here's a couple things that I see this game running into issues. First of all, there's no offline mode. I know it's 2021 and we still have this issue with offline.
Who published this shit?
Huh?
published?
Turtle Rock.
They self-published.
It's self-published. So that's another thing we'll get
Then
into.
that's inexcusable,
yeah.
to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're forcing everybody to be online constantly, even if they play by themselves or with bots, is getting harder to avoid. But with that being said, if you queue for this game with less players, it will automatically give you people that are also in queue. So you'll have to wait in queue times currently.
Wait, you can't turn that off?
Nope. Not right now, anyway.
Oh my god.
That's also a big issue that people have run into because one, you can't mute those players. Two, the fucking menu, the kick options and all that other like protection shit isn't working. So like if you have somebody coming in and TKing you, you can't kick that person and your run is just fucked. So say somebody rage quits in the middle of the thing, you get a random new person, they see you and they just start fucking unloading on you. And then you're dead.
That's
also,
ridiculous.
the biggest complaints that I've seen about this so far is the versus mode. And I watched a lot of people do the versus mode. It is a bit weak sauce. It's nothing like the original where you play the campaign and whoever got the furthest along in the campaign ends up winning, right? You got bonus points for killing zombies or doing damage as the infected. Like my favorite was getting those 25 damage pounces as a hunter. It was just the best. And it's not like that anymore. The survivors are hunkered down in like a base. And as a Zed, you just throw yourselves at them. You just throw yourselves at them and the survivors have a timer that they have to survive. Now, with that being said, a lot of people are like, how dare Turtle Rock try something different? Why didn't they just give us Left 4 Dead 3?
Jesus.
They also have expressed greatly how they don't want to do the verses like they did before with the campaign. And a lot of people on Reddit were like, oh, fuck that. If it's not Left 4 Dead 3, I'm canceling. And canceled the pre-orders and stuff. But Granted, this company, like I said, they're on their own. They left Valve. They left that sweet Valve money. And they're doing this all on their own. And I guess for as little content as we're currently getting, and it's been almost 10 years since Left 4 Dead 2, and they've left Valve almost like maybe 4 years after that game was released. So they've had like 6 years of development that they've been working on this.
Wow.
And ask for $60 for this game in hopes that they'll add more content a little bit later is kind of high. But also, since it's not Left 4 Dead 3 and it's not like this perfect image that everybody else wants, like I don't think it's worth this price. And I think what they should have done was release the initial game at a lower price and then add DLCs and charge for those DLCs.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that they don't fuck themselves with this price because it is rather high. There's only 2 campaigns in the versus mode, which is very small.
Okay.
And the campaign...
It is like early access,
yeah,
right?
But it comes out in October 13th.
What? Okay.
So...
All right.
So there's a lot of issues that I think this game is going to run into. A lot of people complaining that they didn't recapture the magic, but also it's them trying to do something different and they don't have, like, they had to redo all, like, I got into a huge argument about this. It's like, they're like, the guns don't sound the same. It's like, yeah, because they don't have Counter-Strike fucking assets anymore.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They're like, well,
Okay.
the gun should sound better than this. It's like, all that shit could be easily fixed. You know how many times PUBG has changed the fucking sound effects for the AKM? Like, it's silly that this is, like, such a big issue for somebody.
Well, I mean, if they don't fix it, though, it's like,
Yeah.
I haven't heard them. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
And they don't
Seems
sound...
like the complaints are pretty valid.
Yeah, I mean, there's the thing. Also, this was the biggest thing that did come up was the Zeds. They might be a little racist. So I just sent you a video, and you gotta listen to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I gotta turn it up. Hold on.
It sounds, and like so like this sound effect that they're saying is apparently a combination of like 2 different things.
Oh.
Yeah. Sounds.
It's fine. The zombies are clearly using an A and not a hard R.
Not a hard R. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's really bad.
Those are just COD players that got infected.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
The comments about this, and Warner Brothers since Warner Brothers is producing this, I believe, Warner Brothers had to release a statement saying, oh, they're not actually saying the N-word. It's not actually that. It's just 2 sound effects are too close together, and it just comes out like this.
Our sound guy thought it'd be funny, but it's not really it, I promise.
I promise. Fucking idiot. Anyway. So I think that
this is okay. So if they could prove this is not what it is, but it just sounds like it, and they fix it, pretty good marketing. Because I bet this story is gonna blow up.
Oh yeah, I think it'll probably blow up pretty bad in their faces if they don't fix it. Because they have to at this point. It sounds too close to it. It sounds way too close to it. It's like, you guys could go, there's a ton of YouTube videos that, like, this is just one of them, but there's a lot.
Be careful about what you Google, but you can Google it.
Yeah, you can Google it. You can figure it out. You're smart. I believe in you. You listen to this podcast, that makes you, like, 200 IQ immediately. So, anyway, next thing I wanted to talk about, and this kind of goes back to, like, the beginning with, like, how everybody has the ability to, I guess, this is why everybody's sticking their hand in the the money pot, the video game pot. So last year was probably one of the most amazing years for video games. People getting into video games for the first time. It was a great escape during the pandemic and the rest of the madness of 2020, right? Like, I know I was unemployed as fuck, so I was just like, and we were doing that competition, and you're just like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And you kind of were. I'm sorry.
I was absolutely.
I did have an unseen advantage of getting laid off because the food industry just got destroyed.
It wasn't unseen to me. It was very known to me. Fucking DMing me while I'm at work. Oh, just beat a game.
Did I do that? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it sounds funny.
It sounds like something I would do, so it's fair. But because of the pandemic and people getting into video games for the first time, there was a 20% increase in all video game revenue. This includes mobile, this includes console, this includes PC. It's everything. It's everything that's classified as a video game. And apparently making gamers was such a good thing for 2020 that the revenue for this year alone is about to cross the 30 billion mark for the first time in 2021.
Damn.
And so the growth rate, like last year increased by 20%. And on top of that, so like that sets the bar right. But we just set the bar up 11% more from last year alone in revenue for video game industry. And most notably, it was in mobile games, which, you know, is easy for people to get into. That's fine. Like 22% last year and an increase of like 19.5% alone. Now, I have to make this about Activision because I'm a monster and I like to beat the dead horse while it's down. I almost brought this up because I'm very interested in marketing and advertising, and there was this really, really interesting dude, Fur Machado, I think is how you say Fur Machado. He has a really weird fucking last name. Anyway, he
Okay.
Bobby No Fun hired this god among men in advertising. This guy has won a ton of awards. He came up with the Burger King like concept and did Burger King's ads for a very, very long time, and he won a ton of awards for that in advertising. And anyway, so Bobby No Fun, because he wanted to keep this insane year like momentum going and the money amount going for Activision, he hired this dude. He apparently paid an insane amount of money from him, according to like a bunch of articles that I read. I was originally going to bring it up on the podcast, but I think we ended up having a ton of other things to talk about that week, so I'm like, fuck this guy. But
yeah.
I looked about him. I started stalking his Twitter then, and so I think I still follow him on one of my accounts. But Bobby spent so much money trying to keep this like momentum, but it seems like this momentum itself it's already self-perpetuating. Like, so many people got into video games last year that it's only gonna keep going and keep increasing every single year. And like by 2025, it's projected to like do closer to like $50 billion a year. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Video games.
Fake amount of money turns into more fake amount of money. That's cool.
But the reason why I bring that up is because now this guy has to defend and save Activision's rep instead of doing their advertising.
Wait, say that again?
The guy, the macho, like his name's Fur, Machado.
Yeah.
He has to
Macchiato.
I don't know, macchiato. Is that how you say that? But like,
no, I have no idea.
It's in the fucking notes. But he has to basically save Activision's rep, and that's gonna be his like marketing ploy.
Right. Okay. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, buddy. You're fucked. I was hoping he would step down, but instead he.
It's like fucked up that that's even a possibility at this point. Like, let's just hire the best people to make us look the best right now. And it's like, god damn it.
That's what they did. They so Activision.
No, I know.
Yeah, they hired, and we're gonna talk about one that defended politicians during some of the most heinous.
Oh, we talked about that already. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna specifically talk about Frances Townsend and how she stepped down.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Sort of. So, on July 23rd, the day after the lawsuit starts and like everything starts getting presented, she held a listening session on Zoom calls with the women of Blizzard to hear their stories. Then,
okay,
a few hours later, she released a statement to everyone internally, stating that the lawsuit presented a disoriented and untrue picture of the company, and included factorially incorrect, old, and out-of-context stories, some from more than a decade ago. So, that's the fucking problem, Fran. Like, imagine being one of these women who was harassed at any point and still having to work with that harasser, and then this bitch has the audacity to say, oh, that was out of context, or oh, that was just too long ago, to like deal with it now.
Right.
And then not only say that to you, but to everybody else in the company.
Yeah.
So, but then the rest of her, like her in that letter that she posted, was like denying the allegations, saying that she would only come to work for a like prestigious company if she didn't believe in it. She's only been working there since 2021 in March. So she's only been working there for a few months.
Okay.
And so after that call, after that statement, she decided to step down as executive supporter of Activision's Blizzard King's Women's Network. She's still there. She still works as the Chief Compliance Officer. Well, she used to work for the Commander-in-Chief, so she still works as the company's...
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, from 2004 to 2007. You could figure that out. But she still works for their compliance officers, and so like to deal with like this lawsuit, she's still gonna be there, and she's still gonna be a part of it, and she still has to like deal with these women and these complaints. And the thing is, like, that call that she was in with all those women, there was over 500 people in that call in attendance.
Jesus.
And that's the max capacity that Zoom can do. And then the management said to the rest of the people that couldn't get in, they're like, well, we'll share the recordings afterwards. And then 5 days later, Blizzard women received an update that the company was unable to send or share any recordings because they deemed it inappropriate to share personal concerns voiced by employees, which I could kind of understand. But, like, if you had something to say, or if you had something to, like, add, it'd be like, if you hear somebody else talk about their experiences with a certain coworker, and you also had similar experiences, sometimes that to hear somebody else say it, or to hear somebody else talk about it, helps a lot more women come forward with like sexual harassment allegations.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And like, I know that's happened to me in the past, and then hearing it from another coworker helped me finally go to HR from my personal experiences for it. And it's just so fucked. This whole thing is so fucked. Like, the people who organized the walkout are glad that she stepped down, but I don't think it's enough. At all, especially to say that like these allegations are like misinterpreted. It's like, this guy fucking came at me, and like I still have to work with them, and like I brought the like probably a lot of these other women have like brought these stories forward before, but because their HR didn't do anything or fucking ridiculed or reprimanded them, like nothing was done. So
Yeah.
it's just silly. It's like, oh, some of these are from more than a decade ago. It's like, yeah, Fran, I bet you they fucking brought these up before. And the
Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
Is that it's been going on for this long? Is enough enough?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
She's just, it's just, the more I read about her and like her involvement with this whole situation, she belongs in the dumpster with Bobby. Her and Bobby could be dumpster bros, just being human waste buckets or whatever. Just big piles of trash. You could call this episode.
How about that trash planet from Thor? What was it, Ragnarok?
That place was cool, and they had good music. Also, Jeff Goldblum is there, so like, why would we don't want to send them somewhere good? We need to send them somewhere where like
Shit.
It's just literally just like garbage and nobody else is there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's maybe just her and Bobby, and they have to be on opposite sides of the planet from each other, so they don't get to talk. And it's a really big planet.
I know, this is a really big planet, and so many details that are going into this very specific thing we're going to make happen.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, also on top of this whole thing, she so after stepping down from the women's thing and like kind of like disconnecting herself from the whole situation, she had the nerve to post this article on her Twitter, which she immediately deleted her whole fucking Twitter because of probably the backlash. The article was titled "The Problem with Whistleblowing."
What?
Yup. I've posted a picture of it. It's down at the very bottom. But yeah, she posted this article talking about the new moral code and like talking about how it's bad to be a whistleblower.
What?
Yeah. It's like, Fran, read the fucking room, you goddamn idiot. Are you fucking this stupid? Is she that dense? Like, I just honestly don't understand how she could be that dense. But anyway, she posted that. She got fucking ridiculed into the goddamn ground, and she deleted her whole Twitter. She just like was like, I fucked up.
Verified Twitter account. That's crazy.
Yeah, she
wow.
She fucked up. She fucked up real bad, and so she had to delete her whole Twitter. It was pretty bad. So there's like
I don't feel bad at all.
I mean, I don't feel bad either because she doesn't seem like a very wonderful person, but you know, fuck her. Put her on garbage planet. I'm done with her.
But don't fuck her.
Yeah, don't fuck her.
She might like it.
She doesn't get fucking happy things. Jesus. She gets garbage.
Garbage.
Literal
garbage.
You garbage. I'll go back to my South Park roots. I don't fucking care. That's my favorite episode. You garbage.
I don't know what that is.
It's the New Jersey Shore one.
I'm not a giant South Park fan. I'm like a good fan, but I'm not like, I couldn't recite episodes.
Garbage. Remember how I said I was going to have caffeine at the beginning of this podcast to wake up and I was going to regret it?
Did it work?
Yep, and I'm going to regret it.
No, it's the fuel. It's the fuel. It's the anger that fuels us.
Oh, that's a good point. I should have just started talking to you about this before we started recording.
We should start with news. I could have just spliced it, you know.
There you go. And then Bunny slowly gets tireder and tireder towards the end of the podcast. What if
like,
we
it's
did
Dark Souls, all right? It's a Souls like, it's only 34 hours long. No, it was 12 hours long for me.
That
right.
just makes me sound crazy and mad. I'm just mad.
Well, yeah. If the shoe fits.
Fuck you. Fair. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the news this week. or that I wanted to talk about. You didn't send me anything, which is fine.
I have nothing this week. I got nothing.
Look, you send me some nuggets every once in a while, and I appreciate that.
Every now and then, although I unfollowed VG 24/7.
Why?
Because their fucking website
it's trash.
will not work with an ad block anymore. They don't even have the little IGN like, hey, it'd be nice if you, and then I click away. No, they don't even have that. And you know what? Their argument would be, if you don't want our content, you don't want to pay for it, you don't want to watch an advertisement for it, then you don't get to consume it. And I agree. So
damn.
Here I am not consuming it.
Boycotting them. Damn.
Not even a boycott. Just like this is a fair non-exchange of goods.
I think you just need a better ad blocker because it's working for me, sucker.
You just gotta cycle them in and out. That's something that drives me insane about ad blockers.
Yeah.
You can't have one for fucking 10 years and have it just work.
I know.
Bullshit.
Fuck. I don't want to look at ads. Fuck you, Google. Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on the Twitters and Twitch.
If you do forget, be sure to remember.
Yeah, be sure to remember.
To follow us.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down right now. I want you to get a pen and paper.
Tattoo our website on your forearm.
This is not a real website.
HTTPS.
Yeah, don't forget the HTTPS.
:// Don't backslash it.
You want forward slashes. Backslashes will get you fucked.
Backslashes for results. / for attention. Ignore backlog on Twitter.
I was waiting for
and EvilSpaceBunny is also a Twitter account.
Yep.
So is TheRealPortz.
Yep.
Those are also Twitch URLs.
Do you want to give the website for Twitch?
The website for Twitch?
Yeah.
Google that. No.
Jeffrey Bezos' home.
Yeah. Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos. You did it.
That's twitch.tv / the things I said. EvilSpaceBunny and TheRealPortz.
TheRealPortz.
Ignore backlog might be one, but I don't know. We don't own it.
We didn't make it. We should make it.
I was just thinking that maybe somebody already has it. I don't know.
Oh shit! I gotta go look now.
We can pay him $1 million.
No. Anyway, don't forget to also fucking share us with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
We like that.
People are probably going back to school soon.
Yeah. Need something to study
too? Print out our website. No, we're not going to do any extra design work for this. We're not rich. Just print out the main page of the anchor.fm/ignore the backlog and print that out and take it to your school on the little community board thing where it's like, yeah, you find a babysitter, here's a part-time job. No, put a bunch of our website homepages on there.
Oh, what if they made one with the little tear tags and then it just goes to our...
That's a lot of work. If you want to go above and beyond, then that's acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta send us a picture. You gotta send us a Polaroid picture. You gotta take it with a Polaroid camera, and then you gotta somehow upload it.
You can take any sort of listen. You can just tell us you did it, and we'd be happy. Okay, we're that desperate. I don't give a shit. You don't have to prove your homework to me. Just say that you did it, and we'll feel good.
Bonus points if you
have a disposable camera, that's gonna be tough to prove, but
Wait, do people still do disposable? Do they sell disposable cameras still?
You're asking questions I don't know the answer to.
I'm sorry, I have too much caffeine in me, and now it's like starting to fucking ramp up.
No idea. I heard someone else mention disposable cameras on Twitter or something, and I thought maybe they're still around, but it could have been just like a joke for old people. I don't know.
For people like me? Damn. Shit.
Yes, precisely. Yeah.
But
And me. I mean, I know what they are. I never used one, but
that was my high school, using those constantly, was disposable
Damn.
cameras. Until I got a digital
Wow.
camera. Yeah. And I stole it.
And then the world was ruined with Instagram.
Yep, that's also true. It's very true. Anyway, we love you guys.
Good night,
Good night.
those of you who are going to sleep.
Yeah, good night. Good night.
Have a sleepy dream. Dream of sleepiness. Have a dream that you are sleeping.
Okay, bye.